What's going on, A Plus's Nerd Mixes? It is your boy, Indy Uchiha, and I'm here to bring you the review for Batwoman Season 2, Episode 5, Gore on Canvas. Now this is a very, very, very interesting episode and what goes on, because we get more into the Jack Napier photograph that was taking place, more into pre-existing relationships, whether it's with Angelique and Ocean or different things going on with there. You get more reinforcement of Ryan's issue that she has with the crows. And I mean, okay, this might be the episode where, I was having issues with how they were doing Ryan's character. This is the way that it was done right, especially by the end of the episode, when she puts her foot down on the way that she feels things should be able to be handled. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to dealing with the crows. Very, very, very interesting episode. Even how they're still dealing with Kate's past and them trying to find Coryana. And man, it's really crazy, because let's start off with how the show opened. You know what I'm saying, with Commander Kane trying to get more information on what's going to go on with the secret auction of the Jack Napier photo, and he has this inside guy who is feeding him information about what's going on, who ends up getting killed by one of Sophia's people. Batwoman ends up taking him down, and then you get the conversation between Commander Kane and Batwoman, and she points to, nobody trusts crows, because she definitely doesn't trust the crows because of the relationship she's had with them. And you get the little tag that's on the wall that says ACAB, all crows are bastards. So it's already setting like the tone on what was going on as far as the affiliation on how they were going to look at the crows. You know what I'm saying? All crows are bastards. It don't matter who it is, or if you got any type of information with them. An interesting paragraph that I read on Dinner Geek after I watched the episode was, Batwoman is not pulling any of his wokeness, and it doesn't feel disingenuous that social themes like racism, classism, and distrust in the government and law enforcement are being explored. Season 1 did have road crows operating illegally within Gotham, the same ones who murdered Lucius Fox, but they are treated like outliers, and their positions and power weren't fully, interrogated. This season is taking that further, removing the degrees of separation between bad actors and the crows. This episode reminds us even that the good cops are still complacent and still working within the corrupt system. Sophie may have fired the crows responsible for the injury to Wolf Spider, but it doesn't address the root of the problem. Now, this is the way that I like that they attack the whole situation, because Sophie does want to bring change within the crows and what's going on, right? But just firing those people, firing the two, and the one guy wasn't even complacent that was with him. He thought it was kind of intensive, but he didn't turn his friend in. You know what I'm saying? He didn't turn his coworker in, so both of them ended up getting fired. It was pretty excessive the way they took out Wolf Spider at the end of the episode by basically running him over, and then just plain off leaving there. All the commander wanted was the painting to start off with, just for it to find out that it was a fake painting made with pig's blood. It wasn't even the real Jack Napier painting. So not only did you injure somebody for no reason, and come to find out that Wolf Spider wasn't stealing the painting because he needed it. He was stealing it because he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Like collecting it. He was stealing the painting so that he could help Kane. So that was crazy to me, the excessive force that was used, and kind of harkens back to, reality and what's going on in today's day and age. But getting into more of what's going on, I want to get into Angelique and Ryan right quick, right? Because, they spend a lot of them this episode. They reconnected. Ryan's even seen spending the night over at her house, got on her little bear, what is that thing called? Because I don't own them. The things you put on when you're warm in the morning, like I don't know what it's called. I can't afford one of those things. But it's pretty interesting how she's been clean for a while. Actually seeing how and why Ryan went to jail for her other, because you thought she might have been just selling drugs and she took a pen, but no. Angelique was addicted to drugs, and it was changing the type of person she was. So Ryan took the drugs out of the household and got caught with them. And when the Crows were catcalling her and stuff like that and bothering her, they found the drugs. She ended up doing time for it. Angelique was sorry for that and said she straightened up her life now, has got her own crib and stuff like that. So they seem to get past where they're going and what's going on right now. Like, they're able to reconnect and actually have that move forward. All right. The interesting aspect in this episode to me is the relationship between Ocean and, my girl Alice, the Alice, the real star of this show, I must say. There might be a little bit more going on between their relationship than they thought. They might have actually been lovers. Wow, who knew? Because the way they were playing it off and the way Alice was looking at it is that maybe Ocean was a scorned lover, somebody that Sophia was upset at, that something happened or went on. But come to find out, he's Sophia's brother, maybe not blood, but in some way Sophia's brother. And then they come to find out that they were on the island at the same exact time, but don't remember each other. So I think it's something where Alice might have been an outsider, and maybe the reason why the outsiders brought in was because of the relationship with Ocean, and maybe they got too close and Sophia didn't want it because of Alice being an outsider and erased their memories. And it's interesting on what's going to go on, because they seem like every time they come in contact with each other, they remember more. Now, after they fight off a couple of Sophia's assassins, and Alice touched them, she has a flashback of her and Ocean making out. Interesting. After that, she plays it off. She doesn't let him know what she saw. But he says, "Could you grab their white tube out the back?" And he has the real Jack Napier painting. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the other one found out it was just made something with pig's blood. Them bringing up the Joker and really bringing in that Batman lore with the name of Jack Napier, and actually calling him the Joker, and showing how important he is and what type of quote unquote celebrity he is. It is really, really interesting in seeing that lore. And I think there's going to be something to come from that. Not necessarily that you'll get a Joker, but it would be pretty interesting if you get a Joker gang or imposter of in future episodes of future seasons. And I really feel like that's something that they're setting up. Now, to get to more about Ryan, who still hasn't told Luke about what's going on with the kryptonite bullet that she took, which is also interesting to me because it's starting to spread, and it's something that, you know what I'm saying, seems like the Bat team are keeping secrets from each other, because Mary knows, Ryan knows, but Luke doesn't. But there was an interesting talk on the rooftop with Luke, when Luke actually described how his father was killed, to relate to Ryan, to let her, when he said that they should work with the Crows, he's like, I don't want to work with me. The Crows killed my dad, even though it was corrupt cops within the Crows, like corrupt members of the Crows that actually did it. You understand Luke's ill, you know what I'm saying? But Luke trusts Sophie, you know what I'm saying? He knows Sophie as a person and who she is to Kate and to the team. So, you know what I'm saying, it's understandable when Ryan only knows Sophie from one, you know what I'm saying, from certain types of encounters, and that's being arrested and being interrogated and everything like that. So she reluctantly goes along with it as they get ready to infiltrate this so-called auction for, you know what I'm saying, all these rare items and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool how they got in with Mary dressing Ryan up and stuff like that, and Luke having that moment where he's at a loss for words, his jaw drops, which would be pretty interesting. So I thought a Luke and Ryan dynamic, relationship dynamic would have been pretty cool, but we all know Ryan's into her girlfriend. And can Luke find love, man? Just go ahead and let Luke and Mary hook up. You know what I'm saying? Or something, yo. My man Luke needs love. You know what I'm saying? Cisco can't be the one getting all the girls in the Flash verse. You know what I'm saying? Hook Luke up. But infiltrating the auction, how Angelique was able to get her in because she's there dealing drugs, but, you know, she's not judging. That's going to be something that comes to bite them in the butt later, I do believe. I do believe eventually she will get caught. But you interact with an acquaintance. I forget his name, man. I forget his name so much. Let me see if I can find it right quick. No, I'm not gonna be able to find it because it's just I don't y'all know what I'm talking about. The dude who played Wolf Spider, his whole backstory about Kate helping him come out, and come to find out he's Wolf Spider. He's very eccentric, you know what I'm saying, is working the door for the collective when it comes to this art gallery. Almost didn't let Ryan in, but Angelique got her in. She goes to the bathroom and suits up, and then you start to see when she's trying to stop Wolf Spider from stealing the painting, you starting to see that the kryptonite wound that she has is starting to affect her in combat, which is interesting to me because even though she's injured and affected, I do believe she's still more efficient than what Kate was, you know what I'm saying, not injured, which is crazy to me because I feel like Kate would have had more training than her. But they're really showing Ryan as a strong character, being able to get through the pain to be able to get stuff done. But then she does have a talk with Sophie afterwards about the excessive use that was used because, you know, they couldn't catch a Wolf Spider. She finds Wolf Spider, picks him up, takes him back to Mary so that Mary can save him, barely save him because he's bleeding internally when the bone shattered when he got hit by the car. Dude has skills, so I wonder if he will eventually end up being a part of the Bat team or if he'll come back and help them with something else, especially when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, trying to save Kate. Just hoping that Ryan doesn't do a lot what Kate does and just let everybody know she's Batwoman. The conversation that she had with Sophie at the end of the episode, telling her that, you know, I'm not going to work with you until you start doing, you know what I'm saying, something. You say you're doing something, but you're really not doing it. I can't trust you. You say that you're trying to change everything eternally and change the way things are done, but I really just feel like you're just letting it happen because firing those two people don't mean nothing. And she tells her, when you put your badge next to those that you just fired in that pile, that's when, you know what I'm saying, I'll trust you enough to help me. So it's going to be interesting with Sophie trying to build a relationship with Batwoman that she could trust. And I really feel like it's coming around to Sophie taking over and maybe something, Commander Kane stepping down and her really cleaning that stuff up and being able to do that. So all in all, it was to me the best episode of the season. It didn't hang around too much of the wokeness. It had just enough. I do understand that Ryan has her own personality and she's looking at things through different views, but it's eventually they're both going to have to open up. Like, I think it's going to come from Sophie and Luke. They have to open up and see Ryan's side, but Ryan really needs to widen her scope and you know what I'm saying, open up her vision, widen her eyes to understand that everybody isn't judged, you know what I'm saying, by the same thing that she thinks they're judged by. So it'll be pretty interesting. What did you guys think? And please put it in the comments. Let's open up the table for discussion on how do you think we're 5 episodes in, and how do you guys really feel, you know what I'm saying, about Batwoman so far? Because it'll be really interesting to me to see how you guys feel about this, because I'm liking it. You know what I'm saying? It seems really, it seems like they have a motive and they're accomplishing it. So I'm curious to see where we go from here and how well they're going to actually bring this whole plot line together, because you can't deal with the whole Kate might be on this island thing, I feel, for the whole season. So you guys let me know how you feel about that in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's the only way we're going to be able to build the community. And plus, if you subscribe, you know every time that we post new content. Also, guys, become a patron. We do have our own Patreon account. Show us your support. Join Patreon. A+ opinions. We got some great content up there. $1, $5, and $10 tiers. You can get some exclusive content that you only have access to if you're a patron, plus early drops. Yes, audio only for all of the reviews we do. There's some Sentai reviews on there that you can only get if you're a patron. So make sure you guys go up there and check that out. We already have some subscribers and they're loving the content. So come support the channel, help us grow, help us be able to bring you more content and better stuff like this. You see, I want to be able to get maybe a better camera, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit more lighting, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have this fuzzle on the side of my face over here. Come on, guys. All right. So let us know what you thought. Again, thank you for joining us. You can find us everywhere at A+ Opinions on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. A+ Hero Report and A+ More Phenomenal on YouTube. And as always, keep it A+. And this has been a Nerd Mix. And be out.